when Captain America throws his mighty shield. All those who chose to oppose his shield must yield. And that's all I know. So, next up we have the film of the First Avenger, Captain America. The superhero that most of the people I know think is lame, but really don't understand how cool Captain America can be if he can get past the overtone of American symbolization. But let's talk about the movie. This movie takes place in the 1940s during World War II. Before Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man 2, and so on. Obviously, we've gone into war fighting the Nazis, and Steve Rogers from New York wants to help out. Although there's a tiny problem with him. Well, he's tiny and he is ungodly skinny. I mean, if I may, this kid suffers from... He's diabetic, he has color blindness, high blood pressure, tuberculosis, is anemic, and he basically has every disease ever made. But the thing that conquers that is heart. He really wants to get in there and knock Adolf Hitler out. When he's at a World's Fair, he comes across a scientist named Dr. Abraham Erskine, played by Stanley Tucci, as Rogers is trying to sign up again. Erskine knows that this guy is trying to enlist in the army illegally, but he sees that he's really passionate about it, so he gives him the shot to become part of, not the army, but the Super Soldier Project, basically to enhance soldiers to defeat the Nazis quicker. Steve Rogers is chosen, gets injected, unfortunately Erskine gets killed, and from there on he goes on this journey to become Captain America. This is probably controversial because if you saw my list, again, it ranked at number 3 of my favorite superhero movies, outranking The Dark Knight. The reason I put that there is because Steve Rogers is more relatable to me than Bruce Wayne is. I mean, granted, the army is not suited for me, but the fact that he's the Boy Scout, he's willing to do what he thinks is right, and he doesn't want to take any crap from bullies, is really a mark of a strong character. Once he becomes Captain America, I begin to learn that he's just more than a guy with a shield. He's a brilliant war strategist. He is a leader. And the shield is awesome. And I've always thought the shield was like a boomerang, but after seeing this movie, it's like, no, if you throw a shield somewhere, it's not going to come back to you. You have to mark where you're going to throw it, do that, hope it bounces back several places until it comes back to you. And that's really cool. I mean, a lot of people take Captain America for granted because, well, of his very name, but he's actually pretty cool. And Chris Evans does a good job at convincing me that he is Captain America, even though he did play Johnny Storm in those shitty Fantastic Four movies. His role as Captain America made me forget about those Fantastic Four movies. The rest of the cast is good also. You got Tommy Lee Jones being as cliched as possible, playing Tommy Lee Jones. Haley Atwell, who is one of the most stunning actresses I've seen. I think probably the British accent helps. She's really good in the movie also. Hugo Weaving as the Red Skull, despite what he said about not reprising the role of the Red Skull because I don't like doing these kind of movies. He's really effective, and once he becomes the Red Skull, or we see the Red Skull mask, I forgot Hugo Weaving was there. I mean, if you walked into this movie after the scene where he just basically tears off the Hugo Weaving mask, you can't tell it's him, really, because the accent and the makeup job is really convincing that, wow, that is the Red Skull. The one thing I appreciate this movie for doing is this was the foundation, the building blocks to setting up the Avengers. If this thing had failed, no, I don't think I probably wouldn't have been excited for the Avengers, and nobody probably would have cared for it if this movie was the bad one. I mean, a lot of people I know say that Captain America sucks, but they like the Avengers a lot, so maybe if this movie had done bad, would the Avengers have been as successful as it was? Would people have liked it? If the Avengers was as good as it is, would people have liked it if Captain America truly was a bad movie, and would it have made as much money if Captain America was truly a bad movie? I don't know, but that's an answer I'm happy we don't have to know, because Captain America was good, all the Marvel Phase 1 movies leading up to the Avengers were good, and we already know that the Avengers was good, and that will be my next review. So in the end, Captain America is a really good time. A really good superhero movie. It had an emotionally powerful ending, and a great way to finish off the setup films to get us hyped up for the Avengers. So if you haven't seen it by now, get off your ass and go see it now. So that's my review for Captain America: The First Avenger. This has been The Cinemas with Mr. Robinson. Leave a comment, subscribe, check out my old channel, AlexJ462, and I will see you guys later. Bye. The effect for skinny Steve Rogers was so convincing that when I saw it, even though it was digitally miniaturized, I really felt like I needed to work out, because I was like, yeah, I don't want to be like this kid.